welcome back to my channel. So I've already covered all of the Chanel foundations, but what about primers? We're now deep into the holiday swing, and with New Year's Eve approaching, there are so many reasons to celebrate and attend events, take pictures, all of those moments when it is completely necessary to use a primer underneath your foundation. Now, I know some people who use a primer every single day. I personally don't. I'll wait for a special occasion or an event, but it really is going to depend on your skin type, the type of foundation that you're using, and how long you need that foundation to stay put. I really have to shout out to the woman who came to the Chanel counter the other day, looked at our 4 primers, and asked me, "What's the difference?" Truthfully, I couldn't answer her. Sure, they have some, obvious differences looking at them, but they're more similar than you may realize. They're all oil-free, and they're all brightening or illuminating. So how is a girl to decide which one is right? So I did my homework, I dug deep into my research, and I wanted to do this video to kind of clear the confusion, go in depth with each individual primer. That way you can decide which one is right for you. Of the 4 main Chanel primers, they're also kind of similar in name. So there's the Base Lumiere, and then there's Leblanc and Leblanc de Chanel. So I'm going to start with Leblanc de Chanel. It's in a very different bottle. It's got glass packaging. You do not have to shake it. It has a pump, whereas you do have to shake the original Leblanc primer. But this is considered to be a sheer illuminating makeup base. And you'll have to pardon me, I'm going to peer down at my notes so that I don't forget anything. But this primer is intended to help illuminate the skin while also minimizing the appearance of pores. So that's a major point of difference. It has witch hazel and licorice extract, and that's what's going to help to even out your skin tone, but also make your pores appear smaller. Because of the bright white color, it's going to really enhance your skin's radiance, but it also has a unique combination of powders, which is going to help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So again, another major point of difference with this primer, it's going to be best suited for mature skin. As I said earlier, it is also oil-free, but this foundation primer can be used underneath your foundation. You can mix it into your foundation, or you can wear it over your foundation. And that's really what I love this primer for. If you have a foundation that's maybe a little bit darker than your shade, you can mix it in. It's gonna lighten it up a little bit, but also going on top of your foundation. You can use like a light stippling brush and go over the tops of your cheeks or a little bit in your T-zone, and it's just gonna give you added radiance without shine because of those powders. But let me show you what it looks like. So it is the only primer in a pump, and you'll see it comes out bright white. So you just kind of want to rub that in. I always start in the center of the face and kind of rub out towards the outside of your face, because you really want the most illuminating and radiance to be in the center, and then it can kind of blend out. But this is the difference. This is the back of my hand without any primer. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. And this is the back of my hand with the Leblanc de Chanel primer. So you can see, well, I can see that it definitely is going to even out skin and appear much brighter. Now, if you're not looking for a really white kind of appearance, or that's maybe too bright for you, then the next primer I'm going to show you is probably what you're looking for. This is the Base Lumiere, or Lumiere. I think I'm probably butchering the name, so please forgive me. But it comes in a plastic bottle that looks like this. However, you don't have to shake it, unlike the Leblanc. So this is also considered to be an illuminating makeup base, just like Leblanc de Chanel. But this makeup primer is really intended to set makeup and extend makeup's wearability. This is the primer that I grab for most often, because that's really what I'm looking for in a primer, is something that's really gonna help set your makeup, make it last all night. It's great for photos. It doesn't have any sort of SPF, so you're not gonna get any flashback. It's great for events. I really recommend this most for people who are looking for a primer to make their makeup last, lay smooth, but also for photos. I definitely recommend this. So this is going to impart luminosity, but it's also going to protect skin from environmental damage. This primer is oil-free, and it's also fragrance-free. So unlike the Leblanc de Chanel, you're not going to really be able to mix this into your foundation or wear it on top. There just wouldn't be any reason to do that because unlike that one, it's not super bright white. So let me show you on my hand. You'll see that it does look white, but if you were to look up close, and I'm sure the camera isn't picking this up, but it almost has an opalescent kind of pearly consistency. But as I spread it, I'm not sure, again, you can tell, but this is not going to be as bright white as the other one. It kind of gives you a hint of radiance, kind of a hint of luminosity. Again, this is my hand without any primer. This has the base Lumiere on there. It's going to, you know, give you a little radiance. It's not really going to even your skin tone as much as the other one, but I kind of lovingly refer to this primer as makeup super glue. It's not super sticky. It feels very hydrating, but not really oily, but it really is just going to be great for filling in fine lines and pores. Even though this isn't recognized as the pore minimizing primer, to me, this one does a really great job of almost giving you a more even canvas. So it isn't super tacky. When I call it super glue, I just mean that it's really going to make your makeup stay on your face the longest. So if that's really what you're looking for in a primer, I would recommend the base Lumiere. And you really only need a small amount. I would still recommend using it or applying it the same way, just a little bit in your hands, and kind of start from the center of your face and smooth outward. For the sake of maybe being a little bit too redundant, I went ahead and put a little bit of both of the illuminating primers on the back of my hand. Hopefully you can see that. I can't really see it. So you can tell the Leblanc de Chanel is starting to run. It's a much thinner consistency. The base Lumiere is a lot kind of thicker and stays put, but this is what they look like. So you can see that the Leblanc de Chanel is definitely going to give you a lot more illuminating power, just so you can see the difference. Next, I have the Leblanc primers. There's the Rosé and the Mimosa. And you can see they come in a similar bottle to the base Lumiere. This one's a little pink, this one's a little yellow. But with these, you definitely want to shake them. And maybe you can hear it. There's a little ball in there, so it reminds you that yes, you have to give it a little shake before you use it every single time, but you don't have to sit there like a shake, wait forever. Just, you know, a couple good shakes just to kind of mix it up. But these are really great. These are intended to help color correct and also smooth imperfections on the skin. The Rosé has been around for a while. The Mimosa was launched, I want to say last year sometime. So this is a little bit of a newer addition to the family, but they have lots of great ingredients. So the Leblanc primer has pearl protein extract to help combat dullness. It's got licorice extract to inhibit melanin, and so to help prevent the appearance of dark spots and dark spots from forming on the skin. It's got pure white mineral ceramic pigments to create a natural glow. And then these primers have SPF 30 in them to protect skin, obviously. Sun protection is very important, but you'll see, I mean, you can understand why I wouldn't recommend these necessarily for photos, for big events, because a lot of times when you have a higher SPF, you're gonna get a flashback whenever you take pictures. That being said, these primers are amazing for people who maybe struggle with the undertone of their skin. So if you're super pink and you want to kind of help neutralize the color of your skin, the Mimosa primer is really going to help kind of even you out a little bit before you go in with your foundation. On the flip side of that, if you're maybe a little dull or you have sort of kind of bluer or greener undertones, not that you would have a blue or green face, but if your skin just looks kind of tired and dull, pink is actually going to help. You know, a lot of people say, well, I don't want my skin to look pink, but pink actually helps color correct that dullness to help give you a really healthy glow. So this, I always say, is your healthy glow. This is almost like a golden hour glow. So even if you don't struggle with your skin tone already, you can use these to kind of enhance the skin tone that you already have. You do shake them and they are going to come off a little bit brighter, a little bit more pigmented, similar to the Leblanc de Chanel, and also a similar consistency. They're a little bit runnier, so you're not going to use that much, but you can kind of see the pink and the yellow, they're starting to run on my hand already. But just so you can kind of get an idea for what the tone looks like, and obviously you would blend this. This isn't what it would look like on your skin, but they're definitely going to give you a lot of brightness and illuminating power. The one is pink, and then on this side is the mimosa. But they look beautiful under foundation. It's not going to be abnormal, you know, coloring to your skin or anything like that. You're really going to want to blend those in, and I'll kind of rub them in so you can see. It's really just going to give you brightening. So again, this hand has nothing on the back. This hand, you can see it's much brighter. The skin is a little bit more even toned. And that's exactly what it's going to do to your face. But also, I think the greatest benefit to this primer is that SPF 30, because a lot of people kind of skip out on their sun protection on a daily basis. So this, you know, if you use this primer every day, it's really going to help protect your skin from the sun. So that is it. Those are the major 4 primers carried by Chanel. I do want to give an honorable mention shout out to the Hydra Beauty Flash, which unfortunately I don't have with me. I kind of forgot about it. I always kind of forget about it, but that being said, it's part of the Hydra Beauty skincare line, which is all about moisture. So if you're looking for a more hydrating option, that might be the best fit for you. It also has soft focus powders to give you an Instagram filter kind of soft focus look to the skin. When you apply it, you're going to want to rub it in your hands and just press it onto the skin. You don't want to rub it into the skin, which is just kind of an interesting detail there. In my personal experience, it wasn't best for, you know, it didn't wear best underneath foundation. That's just me, my opinion. I know some people who love it. And as I said before, if you're looking for hydration, that may be the best option for you, because these are all oil-free. They're not really going to do much in terms of hydration. So there is another option out there for you in case you absolutely hated my presentation of these and you're like, nope, 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 no. None of those work. Maybe try the Hydra Beauty Flash. That may just be right for you. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you took something away and learned something new. Hopefully I cleared up some of the confusion behind all of the brightening, illuminating primers carried by Chanel, so there's less mystery. But if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me any of your comments or questions down below. I absolutely love hearing back from you guys. It lets me know that I'm not doing this just for myself. You know, that some people are kind of watching my video, and you know, it helps me kind of connect with you guys and learn more about what you're looking for from me. So don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and I hope you have a wonderful day.